herself. She'll take your money. She'll at least try to. There's one. Oh, don't you like the hunt? Want heart, ability, and drive. Hook, line, and sinker.
Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. So today I am going to do something different and I'm going to go take a lesson. So I'm going to go take a lesson with Kathy. Kathy is who taught me how to ride. She's, I learned everything from Kathy, literally everything. And so I'm going to go take a lesson from her and I can't wait. I'm super excited. I think it's really, really cool that 10 years later, 12 years later, 12 years ago, Kathy and I were headed to the BFA to go run Diva, or we had just run Diva, I don't remember exactly, but around this time. And 12 years later, I can still call her and be like, Kathy, I'm struggling. I need help with this horse. Can you help me? Can we take a lesson? What can we do? And she's there for me every step of the way. And I think there's something special to be said about that. And I think that there's something special to be said about that relationship, and also the relationship that my dad helped me build, right, with Kathy. I don't think there's that many girls out there that can call their trainer up so many years later and say, hey, help, what can I do? And something that was so important to my dad was that I always maintained a good relationship with Kathy, that I always was there for her. I always called her. I always went out of my way. Even if I wasn't in the wrong, he would tell me, you call, you make it right, you make it right. And trust me, in 12 years, we've definitely had ups and downs, right? Just like every relationship, but there's something so special to be said about our relationship. And I'm really, really grateful to my dad and to Kathy and to everyone. So love you guys. Let's go take a lesson. I was younger in high school. My mom would call her, like if I had a really big project due on Friday, or I had a really big test on Wednesday, my mom would call her on Sunday before the test and be like, hey Kathy, secretly she would call her and she would say, hey Kathy, this week, when Allie calls you for her lesson, can you just tell her you're going to a rodeo so that she can actually focus on her schoolwork this week and get really good grades? And Kathy would be like, okay, no problem, I'll tell her. And so I'd call her for my lesson, and she'd be like, hey Allie, this week I can't do it, I'm going to a rodeo, and we can just pick back up next week. And I would not accept that for an answer. I would call her, I'd be like, I can come Wednesday morning, I can take school off, I can come this time, I can come that time, and I would try to make it work in every which way. And Kathy said that's something that she appreciated so much about me and my dad, that we were always willing to make it work, and we always wanted to sacrifice, and we always wanted to show up for a lesson. And I thought that was a really cool story, and I'm thinking about it now. Alrighty, we already did a whole bunch of practice that I forgot to put the GoPro on for, but I'm gonna put it on for the second half because I want to be able to see what we work on.
See these fingers?
Uh-huh.
That's where you put it.
Okay.
So, like, remember how I could over and under my horse in the first barrel?
Yeah.
You just go like this.
Okay.
It's not in your way.
Okay.
And she needs that.
So like,
To-
yep. Okay. So you think going on left hand? Yeah. Okay. Trying to find the right angle where I can see all my hands, what I'm doing. Kathy gave me this little batty bat for eat, eat, eat. And she said these are the 2 right fingers to hold it on.
You got it figured out?
Yeah, this part. Shoo, shoo.
You really need to get
And going across, so sorry, which barrel do you think? Going across to the second or going into the first?
I think when you take off right here, because she's dying on the vine on the back side,
Okay,
and I do that to her,
okay.
instead of picking on her with a bat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Ew.
Yeah.
She said, okay. Yeah. Saddle good? Kinda, yeah. I'm like, I hope I can use it. I hope I can use it. Oh. Whoa, you crazy horse. See, she's starting to find her speed.
She held me.
Exactly. I had this in my hand too at the third. I kind of wiggled it at her booty.
Okay, all I want you to do is go from your first to your second.
Okay.
And right here, I want you to give her a crack.
'Kay.
She's getting it on her front end, and what happens is we fall right into the damn trap.
Yep. Exactly. Lean right forward. That's why I'm losing my stirrup too going into it. Pretty cool. Like 12 years ago, we were getting ready for the BFA at this same arena.
Ran the fastest time.
Yep.
Okay.
I dropped the bat.
You haven't let go of her. You're the typical mother. No, you're the mother. Because it's like you're just letting her start to walk again. She's running. You gotta let her do her job, and you gotta run her into the hole.
'Kay.
Right up there. You were good here. You got to your third barrel.
Gleek
Went
forward.
Like that. Yes, you did.
Totally.
And she got on her front end.
Exactly. Yep. Instead of sitting back and just doing the same thing that I did the
Yes,
second.
yes.
Totally. I felt it even at the third.
Okay. So all I want you to do is make, you know me, I want you to trot her through.
Yep.
And then I think she's had enough.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I thought she was good.
I thought that was great. That's exactly what I needed. Yeah.
And remember, when she starts pulling wide like that, okay, you're running that second barrel twice.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was fun when she had it together.
Uh-huh.
That was perfect.
She was really trying on that second. And I was even behind her, I felt like. When she came out of that second one, I was like, "Bah! Hold on. Hold on, sister.
When you get right here, she's gotta know you want to get.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
So that's the same with your third. Run to your third like you're going around your second.
Yep. And sit up. Yep.
Little first mare is the grandmama.
Yep. Yeah, my first barrel horse.
A smooch.
Yep.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, she.
I had that Palomino, Hollywood, but he wasn't really a barrel horse.
Yeah,
and then
God, that thing your dad bought.
that would like rear in Texas. Shit, we had that one too.
Chin brushing.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord, right up your ass, man.
Oh man, yeah, we had that one too. Then we had Smooch, and remember, and then we kept being told that she was blown up, so that's why I didn't bring her to practice for so long. I kept, everyone kept telling me she's blown up, she doesn't like running barrels, she's blown up, and then yeah, finally Kathy one day was like, just bring her. And then the first practice that we went to, she was like, she's not blown up. She's the best one you brought me.
The funny thing is, the first time I met Allie, she was on Smooth.
In Santa Rosa.
I helped you get her in the arena.
Exactly. She was spinning circles at the gate. And I mean, I'd only been riding my whole life, maybe like 6 months or 8 months, right?
Yeah.
So when my horse is spinning circles at the gate, I was like, oh, what do I do? And she was just giving me a run for my money. Smooch was just, and then as soon as Kathy would come up, she'd grab her by the rein, right by the rein up here, and she would just walk right for it. She didn't even try anything ever again her whole life.
No, man.
They do.
I used to help your sister.
Exactly, no, yeah.
Yeah, I just grabbed that mare's head stall and said,
Yep.
And then she'd go out running.
Yep. Little turd. What an amazing day. We just pulled back in, or me and the girls, Zena and Noogies, just pulled back in, and Georgia and Lauren are taking care of Miss Wendy, but I just wanted to jump on here and kind of close out this YouTube video because this is an amazing day, and I'm so glad that I went to Kathy's and I got to ride with her again. And on the way back, I just was reminded of 3 things that I thought that I would share with you guys. One, I think these two go hand in hand. First and foremost, my parents are truly amazing, and they have gone above and beyond for me my whole entire life. And I would not be here or have the relationships that I have if they weren't as amazing as they are, because truly and truly they would go above and beyond. My dad would drive me twice a week sometimes. Kathy even reminded me, sometimes we were crazy enough to do it twice a week for 20 years. I started riding with Kathy when I was 8 years old, and I'm turning 30 in 2025. So that's 21 years now that I have been able to call Kathy and have lessons with her and have a great relationship with her. And I think that definitely also comes from my dad, and that's also one of the amazing things that I realized tonight is, he was so adamant on always call Kathy every week. You keep that relationship, you work on it, and you keep that relationship because she has been there for you forever. And so that is something that I'm definitely grateful for, and I definitely realized tonight that I'm grateful that he always made me do. And then, having amazing parents is so, so true, right? Like, he drove me twice a week to Middletown and back. We'd come back 8:30, 9 o'clock. When I would come home, all the horse chores would be already done. My mom and Danny would have done them all already by this time. I would just walk inside the house while I'd put Smooch and Diva away, or whatever horse I took. And then I'd walk inside the house. There would be a home-cooked meal already made. My mom would sit at the table with us. We would have dinner. Even if I was grumpy, she would sit there and she would have dinner with me. And then I'd go up and I'd take a shower. And while I was taking a shower, she would heat my towel up in the dryer so that when I got out of the shower, I would have a warm towel. I'd have a warm towel that I could use, and then I could climb right into bed and go to sleep. And there's definitely not that many parents in the world that would do that. And I know, because now I teach a lesson program and I deal with people every single day. And oh my gosh, my parents truly are the top tier. There is nobody better than that. And I hope parents watching this and kids watching this, and I hope this inspires them, because parents, if you do this for your kids and you step out of the box for their kids, hopefully that they can be amazing and they can do amazing things. And I think that they will never not appreciate it in the future, even if they don't see it during the time. You know, I never saw it during the time. I never thought how cool it was that my dad was driving me so far and so much. I never noticed that. But now looking back is when I notice it and I realize how amazing and special it is. And, yeah, so those were the two amazing things that I realized. And then I realized one more thing tonight, and it's that my dad's dedication and, my dedication because of him was truly out of this world. And Kathy reminded me a funny story of when I was in high school, right? High school started getting a little bit harder, and my parents were adamant that I had to keep above a 4.0 GPA. So sometimes my mom would call Kathy secretly on like Monday or Sunday, and she'd say, "Hey, Kathy, please, this week when Allie calls you for her lesson, tell her you have a rodeo so that she can't come this week because she has a huge test coming up and I don't want her to do bad." And so I'd call then on, Monday, "Hey, Kathy, I just want to make sure we're still in for our lesson Wednesday at 4, right?" And she'd be like, "No, Allie, not this week. I have a rodeo." And I'd be like, "Okay, Thursday." No, I have a doctor's appointment." I'd be like, "Okay, Friday." "No, I can't." I'd be like, "Okay, I'm going to check with my dad, see if I can come out of school." And then my dad would call her and he'd be like, "Kathy, we can make Wednesday at 2. I'll pull her out early." And she'd be like, No, not this week. I have a rodeo. And we were relentless. We would call her over and over again and want a lesson so bad. And then, finally, like 10 years ago or 10 years later, she told me, she was like, "You guys are really freaking crazy people, because your mom really wanted you to do good in school, and she would call me and say, 'Please don't do lessons today or this week, because I want her to do good in school.' And you were adamant about having your weekly lesson." So I think that came from my dad. Both sides are amazing, right? I couldn't have done this without my mom and how much prep work she did to be able to make this easy for me. I didn't even consider this being a hard thing. I had no complaints, and we did this twice a week sometimes. So it's so crazy to think that, and it's so crazy that how much my parents and everyone put effort to make this happen. But I'm so grateful, and I can't imagine living any other life. And now let's go take care of some horses and go to sleep. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning into this YouTube video, and stay tuned for more content. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see, and if you guys like the riding or the vlogs or what you like best. Stay tuned for more. Love y'all. Bye.